I'm trying to impress a man.
For sure.
Like, this is like the first time we're doing
3
it.
years in, I'm never getting on top of you.
We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats. Welcome back, rat girlies.
Welcome
we nailed it. Also, so funny on a loudspeaker.
Picks up great in the mic.
I don't know how it does.
Me neither.
Well, I am so excited because today kicks off Jizz June.
Jizz June.
Wow, we didn't even have to count off. Guys, we are so on top of it today. I can't even. As our first episode of Jizz June, I wanted to talk about how to ride a dick to jizzpletion. Okay?
That's completion, listener.
Jizzpletion.
Our listeners are smarter than you think, Nora.
Jizzpletion.
Jizzpletion. I'm going to get that tattooed on me.
The research I found was quite disturbing. So I'm excited.
What you researched? I thought we were just talking personal experience. Okay.
No, obviously I researched how to ride a dick.
Oh, I've seen a few things as well. We'll get into it.
Yeah. There's
Neither of y'all ride dicks, so this is going to be interesting.
Dicks.
I actually, we'll get to it, but I wrote how we do dead play.
I've got it written down.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, hang tight, listener. We got this.
Before we talk about different ways we ride a dick, I have a kind of a rat dropping, not really, but listener, I was in Atlanta this weekend on my own. Normally Nora comes with me while Tara's doing something with piece of shit.
Boring.
I've gone to Atlanta.
But let's get real. Normally we go on the fun weekend trips. You're doing something else.
I had a solo this one. I was out until 4 a.m. on a Friday night by myself. I don't know. I'm just doing crazy shit here. No, so I have an update. I met Finance Jay's brother.
Oh.
Guys, I think he hit on me.
Oh my God. This is how the rats become sisters.
Is he single? I didn't even.
I think he's single.
Whoa.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You spent time with him and you never figured out his status?
I was trying to play like, you know,
Cool girl.
Other woman
also,
energy.
Like, Finance Jay and I are bros. Like,
Weird.
it's kind of weird.
Super weird.
It felt weird. And then I just got progressively more and more close to blackout as the day went on. Yeah, like he came up to me at the end of the bar and was like, well, we're going to a different bar, and like came up to hug me. But we were all fully at this piano bar, like losing our damn minds. I woke up without a voice the next day. And he was trying to convince me to leave the bar. And I was like, I'm not leaving. But in my drunken stupor, I did Instagram request him.
Oh, good.
And then he started messaging me. And he messaged me the rest of the weekend.
Really?
The rest of the weekend?
Like flirty or
Yeah,
just...
but then never like made plans with
He
him.
wanted peen to puss.
He wanted
Peen to
puss.
puss.
He
Damn,
wanted
why
it.
didn't you kiss him or something at least?
Kiss
It felt weird.
Spice shit up.
Felt weird.
If you were a man, you would go for the guy's sister or brother. I don't
wouldn't
remember. I'm
mind
confusing
making
genders
out
now.
with
Bro
him.
code? Like,
I
who
wouldn't
cares
mind
about
making out with
Finance
him.
Jay? He would be pleased. We're all family here.
I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have what's the word?
You wouldn't have
Minded?
minded.
Okay.
It's not mound.
Or I wouldn't mind.
You know what, maybe
I wouldn't
we
have.
keep that.
I wouldn't have minded making out with him, but the bar wasn't that crowded, so like had I done it, it would have been a spectacle.
Well,
I would have
I'm
done
glad
it.
you're chatting. Hopefully that's your Atlanta husband. I don't know.
I mean, I invited him to Lake Week. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I've invited a
So
lot of
maybe.
people to Lake Week at
I
this
too
point.
have invited a lot of
House is
people.
too small.
Listener, we have an annual Lake Week. I think we've done an episode there before.
We did. We'll
Yeah.
do one this year too.
You know what?
Fun.
You're all invited.
Half our listeners already come.
I don't really have a way to turn this into talking about jizz because I didn't make him jizz.
You didn't make them jizz.
Didn't
That's
make
our
him jizz.
segue.
So,
But how could you have?
how could- I mean, it was Jizz June. I should have done it for the pod.
Do it always for the pod.
I wanted to talk today about how to ride a dick to completion.
Lovely.
Something near and dear to our hearts.
Near and dear.
Not mine, though. I actually hate riding a dick.
I kind of hate riding dick too, but I do it.
I do it for the good of humanity.
I do it for the world. I do it for the male loneliness epidemic.
Oh my God. Yeah, Nora's just riding for the cure.
Riding for a cure.
So I found this thing online called Bad Girls Bible while I was doing my research.
Bad Girls Bible?
This shit's
Love
crazy.
that.
In the Bad Girls Bible, they talked about a lot of things that I have thought about doing in bed whilst riding dick, but have never really wanted to because I'm normally tired. So
Tired.
I guess we can start off by your top ways to ride a dick.
So the way I enjoy to ride a dick that will actually make me come. So I'm talking about me coming.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Fuck these boys.
Should we say jizz, though?
Fine. The ways that'll make me G's. I hate that. But there's a few ways. The first and best way, as you two both know, we like to call ugly fucking.
Ugly fucking is a guaranteed O.
Guaranteed O, ladies. Now, it's not the prettiest thing. Note the name.
Hence the name.
I like to call it dead play.
Or dead play. Ugly fucking or dead play is where you lay on top of them. So imagine you're riding, except you are laid down completely.
Horizontal.
Toes to toes.
Forehead to forehead.
Like you're
forehead.
planking a picnic table.
Forehead to
Like
their
you're planking
shoulder.
a dead body.
Like you are a dead body on a dead body.
Yes.
And then you're going to be shifting up and down with the toesies. And that is the easiest way to come for sure, no matter what the dick.
Yeah.
I have a bonus tip for you ladies.
Go on.
If their dick is really small, same position, cross the ankles.
Cross the legs. Yep.
I would just leave.
If the dick's too small.
Yeah, why am I even getting that
That's
far?
so
Why
rude.
are you even doing dead
So that's
play?
that's my number one way. My number two way, which will make me come. And neither of these are hot for the. I think this one's better for the man, but obviously the ugly fucking is very ugly. But guys don't mind. They really don't.
They don't give a fuck.
They really don't, guys. For
They
the
just
ladies,
close their eyes and let go and let go.
for the
They
ladies
let
who
go
are
and let jizz.
who are nervous or self conscious, they don't care. Whatever you're doing up there is right. All right. the
They're
second
inside
way-
a woman. You can't do anything
They're
wrong.
happy. The second way I like to ride dick is if they are sitting up completely, like they're on a headboard with their back to headboard, legs flat out, and then me on top, parallel to their chest.
Are you squatting in this position
No,
or on your knees?
Knees.
You're on your
my
knees.
and then a little grindy up, down will also make me come.
I've never done that
It's
position.
great.
I don't fuck a lot of guys with a headboard.
That was on the Bad Girls Bible. I'm a bad girl. All right.
I made a
Tara?
funny joke.
Sorry, what was your joke?
I said I don't fuck many guys with a headboard.
That's true.
True dat. All right, sister. What are your preferred riding styles?
Okay, so ugly fucking, Nora and I found out that we do the same bit of fucking when we were younger, and that was upsetting. But I have graduated from ugly fucking.
You don't ugly fuck anymore?
I don't ugly fuck anymore
Never.
because
Have to ride it all.
no, because I've found other ways to get a no. So.
Let's hear it.
And they're just as easy, listeners. So maybe you can evolve like me.
I shan't.
Okay, so first, writing D is guarantees me an orgasm. Unlike most other positions, I'm one of those where it's really hard for me to come.
Most girls are better on top for themselves.
Agreed. So I will call this one Frogger.
Okay.
Okay, so man, again, just a dead weight, just a body.
Just a body.
Doesn't matter what he's doing, just have him lay
Or
the
what he
fuck
looks
down.
like.
You're going to get on your knees, spread them a little bit further apart than if you were to actually straddle the man. Get inside, let him inside, right?
Froggy.
Let him inside.
Let him enter.
enter.
Let him enter, and then you're going to arch your back.
Like
so
a
that,
cat-cow kind of a
you're
moment?
going to do a cat-cow.
You're in cat more with your back.
Yeah, you're doing the cat.
Okay.
So it's deep inside of you. And then you're going to stay in that position and only move your hips.
That would work. I can totally see that working.
And guys love it.
So I'm imagining a rocking hip motion, which
Yeah.
is going to cause their dick to kind of be
And-
the front of, imagine your belly button on the
yep.
inside.
Yeah.
Which is
So
a great place for the dick.
He's deep in you and only your hips. Just think about dipping your hips. Like you're making a C shape almost with your
Yeah.
hips.
That sounds good.
Sorry, that
Guaranteed.
noise wasn't because I was sexually excited about that. That noise was because my back's been hurting in that
Oh.
position.
You've been
So
doing
I feel like
that,
if I am cowing the fuck out of my back trying to run.
No, it's a cat.
No,
Cow.
cat's like this.
Oh, you're right. It is
Cows
cow.
like this.
I don't really know
You're cow frogging.
I'm cowing that.
Wait, cat?
Cat,
Cow.
they like do
Listener.
wet cat where you like spine
Yeah, you're right.
around.
It's the cow.
Okay, so for the listener, the girls are doing cat cow in their chair right now to determine. I had no idea which was which, to be honest.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're
I've done
in
2
cow.
yoga classes in the last 5 days. That's the only reason. I
We're
know.
going to deem that position the frog cow.
Yeah, and C for cow. Just make the C with your hips,
Make
ladies.
the C for cow.
I'll
Now-
try it, but I'm worried. But I'll do it the day before my back appointment where they take a look at it so I
Okay,
can,
yeah,
you know, if I need any help.
So make a dick appointment before your back appointment. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. So the caveat there, it's still kind of ugly fucking because where you're angled, your upper body, you can get really low to them, like you're almost in a forearm plank. And I like that because it's a little bit easier on your knees and your back when you're doing your cow frogging. And then if you're like kind of tired of looking at him, you can also just like rest your head on his shoulder and
Yeah, I
like
do
pretend you're kissing on him and
That's nice.
stuff.
You're just
So, yeah,
sleeping.
you're just sleeping.
Allie, why do I feel like you're on your heels fucking jumping up and down?
That is what I do.
Right?
But here's the thing. I was actually thinking, like, I think it depends on how wide the man is.
Yeah.
Totally.
I feel like riding is really painful when they are a big boy.
when they're
Yeah.
too big.
When
And
they're
we don't-
too
I'm not
big.
talking about dick. Like they're
No, they're wide. They're
wide.
width.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
and they don't have to be fat. They're just the width.
Yes.
itself.
Yeah.
If your like hip, like ass, waist area is wide, then the girl is like
spread
really
eagle basically.
spread.
She's doing
And
the
it hurts your
splits on the
hips.
It
That's
does.
the thing is people
Stretch
get so
first.
excited by the splits. I've never done a
Oh my
split
God.
in bed.
Oh,
Me
I have.
neither.
Have you?
I mean, I can't do
Yeah.
a split anywhere, but especially in bed.
Yeah,
How
I've
does
done.
that work? A split on top? You're just
Well, I don't do. What are
Out.
they? What are the different ones called? Like I
This
do a
is-
scissor split, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
like a
That
split. This
sounds
is
more
a straddle.
enjoyable.
A straddle is horizontal.
I'm
a split is vertical.
Vertical. So I've got 1 foot in his face, 1 foot on his
So you're doing
feet.
splits.
That
I'm doing
sounds
this.
kind
Wow.
of sexy.
And then what? He's lifting you up and down on him?
Okay, let me think about it.
Wow, I didn't know you could do the splits.
I can't anymore after my injury from sex.
from doing the
From
splits
doing
on
this.
dick.
So not recommended. Bad
No.
advice only.
Honestly, sadly, that wasn't where the injury took place.
Oh, okay.
I tried
Stick with it.
I was trying to ride the D to jizz completion. What's it called?
Jizzpletion.
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 No, the injury came from riding to jizzpletion, and I tried to do a sexy little reverse cowgirl move whilst keeping
The swivel.
keeping
Wow.
the dick in it. It's on the list.
I put the swivel on the list.
swivel.
God, guys, piece of shit is gonna hate this episode because he has not received
He hasn't
any of
gotten any
these
of this.
moves besides the cow.
He got frog cow.
He's getting cow frog.
He got frowned.
Babe, next time I'm not so sleepy, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Don't give her the swivel though. We can't have that
We
hip
can't
popping out of
swivel.
We
place
can't
again.
do that swivel.
I was gonna say the swivel's actually like. There's no way that was enjoyable.
For him,
for
like
sure,
it's
it's very
visual.
hot,
I don't
appealing.
even think it feels good or anything. It's just visually pleasing.
Okay, so the
Sounds so
swivel
hard.
listeners, when you are in man missionary, is what I'll call
I
it.
love that description.
Where the man
missionary.
you're riding normal, and then you swivel around, dick inside you into reverse cowgirl.
You go like knees to chest, spin it.
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah, you're just squatting on the
Like
dick at
you're
this
about to
point.
do a fucking break
How do
dance.
you do that? I've never tried.
So I don't know if I can actually describe
hers
this.
is broken methodology.
Yeah, don't do what I did. No, just stretch before, ladies, and you'll be fine. I didn't do that.
Core Power Yoga, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Man, I gotta try the swivel. That sounds really sexy.
But here's the thing. I feel like I fucking donkey kick him in the face. You know what I mean? Like, think about me doing this, okay? Like, I'm just like, please hold. And
Listen,
like crawling around. And
It does require upper body and core strength
Don't
to
donkey
swivel.
kick 'em in the teeth, ladies.
Yeah.
Come on.
or
like-
like accidentally misplace my hand on the nutsack, you know?
If you're
Squash
trying
down.
to squish 'em, if you're looking for like the porn star-esque movement for this, it would be going into the scissor splits and rotating.
That I could do.
Scissor splits and rotate. Okay.
So then you're reverse.
Okay, I
yeah.
could maybe. You don't have to go into the full split. I think I could. Do
No,
that.
you could probably get like you know how
Like
like
a
when you're
knee bend.
training you're for the splits and your knees are down but your feet are up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
W.
So
You're
in yoga,
basically
they call that like a half split.
Oh, is that what they call it? The assisted split. Bitches bring out their yoga blocks for sex.
Maybe we can, for the listener, demonstrate some of these and upload it to our Instagram.
Yeah, we'll do a couple demos for you.
Should we just put a piece of shit on the floor with a bag over his
Hell
face?
yes.
I was actually thinking we would just do it together.
I see.
Though I love piece of shit, I don't want to simulate the swivel on your boyfriend.
I see.
With a bag over his
He
head.
might like it.
Why the bag? For the
It protects his identity.
Yeah, and anemone, whatever that word is.
what other
that's
positions you got? Wait, Al, what do? You do the squat.
I do dead play.
Oh.
I do. I mean, I do squat. Yeah, so I'll squat,
Listen.
listener. And honestly, it's kind of fucked up what they've named it.
What is it?
It is Asian cowgirl.
What the fuck?
Oh, I get it because it's
Because
like
your
some
hands
people-
are like on top of their,
I think it's
on
because
the
of like
behind.
the quote unquote Asian squat, which is when people go to the bathroom squatting out.
So they said that. Plus, it's also called, they have two crab position, which is just your arms are a little bit more slightly back
crab's
than
good.
a
like
cowgirl.
It's very far from the clit, but
Yeah, you're
if you
so
need
far.
a break from doing other moves, crab is a safe little break to still give the D what it wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do it because it gives me PTSD of this one time. I had a pee in crab position on a beach, and I just feel like best not used in this
Dude,
sexual
if you
setting.
gotta pee, do not crab position. That is a guarantee.
Unless you like that.
Unless you wanna, if you wanna pee,
Get in crab
advice only,
position for
then
sure.
Yeah,
It'll be
crab
a
position,
squirt show.
candidate.
Great for the pissing.
But yeah, no, I'll squat. So basically, I'll get into normal sumo squat position over missionary man, man missionary, and I'll have them like bend their elbows so they're into the bed, and then I'll grab their hands while I'm on top.
That's
so that
really smart.
I get some
yeah.
steadiness just
I've never
because I'm
tried
a
that.
little bit clumsy, and
That's-
also again I get tired, so it puts a little pressure.
That's
And-
so much smarter than what I do when I'm in that position.
I've heard that guys don't like it when you put your hands on their chest.
Well,
that
I
it
can
actually
only
kinda
imagine you're trying to
hurts.
break their
It
sternum.
hurts for them.
Literally, that's all I do.
What? Oh, you do. You use the chest.
Yeah, but okay, when I'm in the sumo position, and if I'm, first of all, before we dive in too deep to this is if I'm trying to impress a man.
for sure.
Like, this is like the first time we're doing
3
it.
years in, I'm never getting on top of you.
So, like, okay, so what I do, and now I'm going to try your way because it sounds hotter.
Yeah.
I'll get into that squat position where I'm going to bounce on the D. I take their hands, put their hands together so they're in prayer position, basically, with their hands.
Right, for that
and then
pose.
I hold on to it for
I like that too.
steadiness.
Nice.
I don't think it sounds as hot, though.
But
like,
it's got to be a more
unless
work
he
for
likes
them,
to be, like, tied
to
up.
keep
Yeah.
their arms up and push
Exactly.
you back up. Like, that gives them a little bit more
Exactly.
stability.
No.
I'll also sometimes grab a headboard while I'm
Yeah.
riding.
That doesn't
And
sound
then,
like it. That
like,
sounds
hover
hard.
my
I don't know how
body
you can
up
reach.
by, like, an inch off the bed, I'd say. And
Yeah.
just tease the tip.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if this would be approved by the lady rats, but you could also hold hold the back of their neck, and then that brings their.
Sarah.
that, no, listen, it brings.
Kinks.com.
That's too dommy for me. No.
I should have known.
You
I
just
should have
hold the
known.
back of their neck, take a little rope,
Choke them out.
tie it around.
But
Blindfold 'em,
their
gag 'em.
face then are in your tits, so then they
Okay.
can give a little boob play while you're riding their dick. That's my
Guys
only
don't
suggestion.
want to do that with me. They just want to see them flap.
Quick tip, rat hack for the ladies who don't want to go full sumo. If you're riding dick and you're on top and you want to kind of bounce up and down, you don't want to use the hands and you don't want to go sumo, what I do is knees outside the waist, tuck the toes under the back of their thighs or knees, wherever you fit, and then you have this really good leverage point
Agreed.
to bounce, bounce, bounce.
Ah,
I also think you could do that. And hear me out. This is going to be a little complex to follow. But if you don't want to be fully on top, one of the things you could do is, when you're both laying on your side and then you try to just slip it in. You're
Like
spooning.
the
You're
worst.
spooning.
Spooning sex
slip
I
it
don't
in.
like.
Okay. So then here's something
I
you might
got
like.
something for you.
You have them wrap your leg around them. They flip you over, so you're a little bit pushed up in the air, and you kind of reverse ride upside down.
Okay.
upside down reverse ride. Yeah.
Upside down reverse ride.
Also, your clit is open for the kill, so get that toy while you're doing it.
Oh, I just threw up a little bit.
I said she was gonna take a bullet to the clit last week.
That also made me
That
nauseous.
was a funny line.
But I did
No,
laugh.
but you're so open
Yeah.
to the world in that
Sure.
position that
The
you
slightest
should
breeze would get you going.
Yeah, so get that vibrator or your
Just blow on
fingers,
there.
whatever you want. what was I going to say? I too have done something similar, Al. And oh yeah, scissor. You kind of like scissor into
You
spoon.
love the splits.
That's why she has a fucking hip out of socket, guys.
Yeah.
No wonder you're limping every day.
Yeah, side note, my hip is always misaligned and I have to go to PT for it to get put back
now that
in.
I figured out.
Frat girls
And
don't do this
my
shit.
PT is always like, have you honed in on when this is happening? And he is a grown man with 5 children. And so I know he would get it. But
He got those 5 children somehow.
Exactly.
Scissor splits.
Yeah. His wife is scissor splitting
He's
on
like,
his
I've
back.
seen this hip alignment before.
I've seen this problem before. But like, I can't do it while he's like, he has to massage my butt.
Yeah, you can't.
And so
tell
I
him.
can't tell him. It's already
That's
getting so
assault.
sensual in there.
Are we going to talk about reverse cowgirl?
Yeah, so it's on here.
Because I hate
We've
it.
kind of touched on it.
I don't
With
get
the
reverse
swivel.
cowgirl. There's no way that's hot.
No,
Guys love it.
I won't do it.
The dick doesn't
hate
fit
it.
properly in my
The only way it
Vagina.
works is if a man has a downward
curved.
dick.
Yep,
Then it can work. Otherwise, stupid.
Yeah,
It
just
doesn't
pops out.
fit
Position.
properly.
Or when they make you sit on them, like reverse cowgirl, you know, like they'll be sitting on the couch
Your
and then you
dick is
reserve.
going the
And then
wrong
I'm
way.
still just like, ugh. And also for me, my feet don't touch the ground. So
You're just rubbing like the back of my vaginal wall, which
So-
has no.
just do doggy.
There's a
Doggy's
trick
better.
there to that, ladies. If you maybe like this and just need a little bit more oomph to it. So let's say you're in that position and he doesn't have the curved dick, anal play. So because the
Put it
dick
in the
is
butt.
like no,
When in doubt, what to do with my hand? Anal play.
exactly. No, fuck you, bitches. God, y'all are so prude.
The guys that we hook up with don't
They
like
don't like
anal
anal
play.
play.
What are you talking about? The first name Rave Daddy had, it started with anal.
He doesn't like receiving anal play.
It's not for him, it's for us, you
Okay.
stupid bitches. Okay,
I
back,
don't like anal either. To be clear, listener.
okay, back to me. Let's say you're sitting like Allie said, and you're kind of bent over, you're writing the D backwards. Have like an anal toy, whatever you want, a plug or even his thumb or finger. That will help because the dick is already, it's not against your clit as much. It's more so up against the back of you and you'll feel a fuller sensation.
I'm not gonna do that.
They're wordless.
I don't think I'd like it.
Well, we didn't like it. We didn't like what you had to say.
The
this is why we have you
we're
on,
gonna have
so,
a
like-
listener write and be like, "Thank you for the anal
This
tip."
is why we have you on it so that we can.
It's the diversity of
Yeah,
opinion.
we can
Listen,
reach all
I'm not putting
populations.
anything in my asshole right now.
that sounds even worse. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just what's it called? Reverse cowgirl just doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like things are misaligned back there. I mean, I know for the guy it's amazing because they have a really good view. Meanwhile, we're looking at
they're finally not looking in that mug.
Yeah.
Going back to Nora's toes, just for helping with the fucking. The other
Tucking
thing,
them under the
tucking
knees.
under the knees, rather than doing that. And this is, I've learned it's good for bigger women, so it's a little bit more comfortable on your knees. So get into your squat position, but have the man bring his knees up so they're kind of supporting your back a little bit.
that's nice.
And that gives you a little bit of
chair.
relief from your weight, and also when you're just
Lower
a little
back
sleepy.
support.
Yeah, some lower back support.
I've got a question for you ladies.
Yes. Talk to me.
When you're on top, grinding or bouncing?
Grinding.
Grinding achieves the O, bouncing
you.
if I want to impress him.
And do you think men owe from bouncing or grinding?
Well, mine's always just completion. I can't say it.
Just please.
my current partner just pletions with me grinding that D.
Yeah, I was gonna say grinding
That's
too
nice.
because I feel like they're deeper in you. Like I
That's
feel
so
like
interesting. I feel like guys always want you to bounce though.
They do.
they
Like,
like
why do
the
they want
tease
you
of
to-
the tip, and they like to watch your titties go up.
Yeah, they're never gonna come
It's
that way.
visual. The bounce is visual,
Yeah,
not.
it's visually pleasing.
I've
It's
made
not.
guys come from the bounce though.
Good for you.
I've definitely
You've done it.
I've made guys come from the bounce.
I just can't imagine you bouncing.
I bounce. I just don't get on my heels. What I've noticed is men who are, and this isn't across the board, but men who are circumcised really enjoy the bounce.
That makes sense.
And men who are uncircumcised really enjoy the grind.
yeah.
And I think it's because they've got
Their
the skin sort
sensation.
of like massaging their whatever. It's called frenulum?
Mhm.
What's it called?
I have no idea what you're talking
Using
about.
scientific
Really?
terms.
I know there's a penis.
The under of their okay.
I know how to work that penis.
Their under thing, the
You
skin.
know-
It's the skin flap.
Whoa.
Which one are we talking about now?
It's okay. You know when a guy jerks off? Imagine a guy jerking off.
I
Where
see
their
it.
fingers are, that's their frenulum.
shaft.
It's the shaft, but the shaft encompasses the whole round. It's not the bottom
where
of the
the vein-
base.
the vein goes up.
The vein.
Ugh.
That's where guys are most. That's where they're coming from. Like that's where. It
So are
feels
you
good.
talking about circumcised or
So
uncircumcised?
my point is that uncircumcised guys, like their skin is kind of massaging that
Yeah.
when you're grinding, whereas uncircumcised guys, they just kind of need the friction. I feel like of the bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bit of a.
I could
There's
see
a lot of
that.
emotions, listener.
I could definitely see that, but I'm still not doing it. And I prefer uncut. So grinding on the uncut would be ideal.
Uncut gems.
Wow, I need to do more grinding. I guess I always do grinding for my pleasure, not for theirs.
All I'm trying is to have my own pleasure at this point. I recommend that, ladies. Stop trying to please him. He'll get it.
I agree with that.
Any jizz is a good jizz.
That's
His or
not
hers?
True.
I disagree.
His or hers?
I've had a bad jizz.
Sure, you
I've
can.
had a bad jizz.
All right, guys. I didn't mean literally. I just meant like if you jizz,
It's
you
acceptable.
jizz.
You jizz.
Pre-cum.
Ooh,
Pre-jizz.
love it. Big fan.
Love
I
that we're
hate-
getting here at the end.
When a guy will be like, you made me pre-jizz. I jizzed a little.
When has a man ever said that?
Pre-jizz? Do they say the word pre-jizz?
No, they
I
say
mean,
pre-cum.
okay.
Pre-cum.
What do they
Pre-cum
say?
I'm
No.
better with.
Give
But
me,
it's
give
Jizz
me a
June,
full
so.
sentence. Can you define this? Go.
Like, I have so much pre-cum
I
because
actually
of you.
like that. What's wrong with that?
I've never heard a man when they're like talking dirty say pre-cum.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
have.
not hot, but
You
like,
should just
come
be
up with
like,
a new
"Oh, I'm
word."
making you wet, baby."
Okay, I hate that. I used to have a guy who would say I'm wet, and it would actually really ick me
I
out.
hate to say that guy was gay.
That guy might have been gay. He loved ass play.
That doesn't make you gay, listener. Don't let Nora.
Listen,
It's
I
a
know
little gay.
that. It's just two things happen to be true. He loved ass play, and he said he was wet.
Did he also wear panties?
I just don't think a guy has ever said pre-cum during the
Not
sex.
but like while we're fooling around.
No,
Really, like, I'm
I feel like
pre-cumming.
maybe
I love that.
afterwards when you're doing a play-by-play. Do y'all do that?
Oh, I love a
Post-coitus
good play-by-play.
play-by-play.
The recap.
The recap.
The
Oh,
debrief.
we're supposed to do like what football teams do.
Yeah, boys
Yeah,
love to
analyze
communicate.
Yeah, especially when they're cum dumb. They're really good at talking about the recap. No, I know they'll be like, oh yeah, I was having so much pre-cum at this point. Like I was getting
Yeah.
so hot and turned on, whatever. But I don't think during a guy's ever been like pre-cum.
I've never once done a play-by-play.
Really?
Post-coitus. I always make a weird
You kind
joke
of
like,
leave.
how about them Yankees?
You're like, ha high five.
I'm like, you want me to leave? Or
You're like, I'm already gone.
It's about that time.
you're like, oh, weird. I actually didn't mean to see you at all.
What's your name again?
How'd I end up here?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but
ladies.
it's not the same. So boys out there, stop pretending like pre-cum's like something to brag about.
It's really not.
I like pre-cum. This isn't about writing dick anymore.
I just don't think
Let's
it needs
do-
to be
Well, so my thoughts
discussed.
were a jizz. It's the first episode of Jizz June. Let's
Jizz,
discuss all different.
Jizz June.
Should be discussing equality for all jizz.
So I heard of another writing dick position I'd like to share.
Oh,
and
sure.
I don't do this. I recently heard about the A spot. Are you familiar, ladies?
I'm scared.
I only know the G.
You've got your G spot. You've got your
The apex.
Why'd you say that?
apex.
I've been reading a lot of fairy smut, and there's always like this one part where it's like when she gets really turned on by her man, she's like, he's the apex predator.
Speaking side note, before we get into the apex, Tara had sent me a picture of one of her fairies from the fairy smut, and I saved it in my photo album, and somebody was looking at it this week and was like, who's that? He's hot. And I'm like, that's a fairy, and it's fake.
That's a fairy from a book.
All right, back to your apex predator
well,
orgasm.
I'm Googling it because I want to make sure I get this right. Okay. The A spot, it doesn't generally cause direct orgasm.
Oh, I've always
but-
wanted an indirect orgasm.
The workaround.
But
The street's closed.
So it's like a man being like, did you come? Indirectly.
it's not the G spot. It's not the clit. It produces pleasurable sensations that make it easier for you to reach orgasm. And it is, guys, all
Where's
these are
it located?
Shush.
Find the A spot. Great.
Does this lead back to the
one more
highway?
thing for men to try to find.
Girls, listen to me, because the A spot is definitely
We've
something
been
that
listening
makes
to
me...
her. You haven't come up with anything. You keep telling us we're getting not really an orgasm.
It is. This is definitely where I get orgasms from, especially during ugly fucking. It is. Inside...
We really need video,
about
listener.
5 inches into the vagina, staying as close to the vaginal wall as possible, meaning closer to your belly button.
Right, not the ass.
Oh, the behind inside.
Inside, where your belly button is, try to touch the belly button from the inside.
That's where I get
That's where I come.
really
Well,
good
that's where you're supposed
orgasms.
to
Right?
squirt from.
Yeah.
There's like a cliff in there. You can
That's
feel it.
your A spot.
Yeah.
I don't actually know, and
Okay,
I'm
I've been
for
getting
real.
A
Where the
spot
fuck's the G spot? Is
But
it
again,
real?
no, we talked
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit about this like a few episodes ago. My fingers aren't long enough to reach all the way up there in the position that would get.
No, I have an amazing vibrator for you. It's very aggressive looking, but it does the trick.
I don't know. We shouldn't share vibrators.
I'll clean it.
Share it, ladies.
Do you want me to buy you one?
No, I like my little guy.
What do you have? Your fingers?
I bought it at CVS.
Yeah, I've never seen your vibrator. You have a CVS vibrator?
All right, that's all she
Not a
wrote,
sponsor.
Rats. That's all we had for you today for our first episode in the series Jizz June.
Jizz June.
Brought to you by Bad Advice Only. Make sure you download and rate if you haven't already. 5 stars is the only option. So go to Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll talk to you next time. Bye, Rats. As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday.
Stay tuned, rats.